check 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me down there, just go ahead and make some noise for me. Right, thank you folks. Good afternoon. Welcome to Holiday Park, gateway to the beautiful Florida Everglades. My name is Mike, and the boat ride today is called Power Play, which was built right here at the park and weighs about 2.5 tons empty. The whole roof and the cage are made of lightweight aircraft grade aluminum, so most of that weight's coming from the twin Chevrolet V8 502 cubic inch engines I'm sitting next to back here. As you know, to get us on the plane, first speed trail's over on our left, put forward head there. Just want to get you guys a better look at some of the birds over here by the pump houses. Oh, there's only one left on the buoys though. The guy in front of us must have all got too close to them. See, most of them are on the rocks right now. They're between the pumps. Well, these birds are Florida cormorants, subspecies of the double-crested cormorant, croissant. They say how they want, folks. I'm probably saying it wrong, it's French, but they're basically seabirds that don't go very far out to sea. At least the subspecies only goes about 5 to 10 miles out tops. They tend to stick more inland. That's why I can see them around here where there's fresh water. If y'all didn't know, that is what we're selling right now. It's not salt or brackish. Before it hits those lily pads, folks, I'm going to slow down so at least we don't startle it. I probably told you at the show, guys, the way we tell the size of these gators, especially when in the water, you can't see their tail too well. You look at their head. The amount of inches from their eyes to their nose, that's about how long the gator is in feet. 5 inches, 5 foot long alligator. This one is definitely harder than that, though. To your right, I think this is one of the ones that usually hangs out in that canal we just passed over there. There's a great blue heron right there in the grass next to where that gator just entered those lily pads. There he goes, flying away. Yeah, they're usually skittish. I'm surprised by that, folks. I know that gator's tucked in those lily pads pretty good, but I can still see its tail, so just do a slower pass here. Hopefully you guys can still see it okay. Now I'll tell you my first rule on doing this, folks, because this here's a flat bottom boat. We try to keep it balanced. It's going to help me steer. Also, it's going to... if you want to see an iguana, though, here it comes to the right, up in the trees. If we pass that, just keep watching those lily pads, folks. I don't know if that gator's still visible or not, but you guys can actually see down there better than I can from the angle we're sitting at. And get the rest of those rules out of the way, folks. Again, try to keep the boat balanced for me. I do appreciate that. At the same time, though, I don't want anyone to be scared sitting near the edge. I encourage y'all to sit as close to the edge as you can comfortably get, because that'll help you see better, too. As long as you don't pass that line, you'll be fine. If you do pass that line, though, you are gator bait. So still stay inside the boat, don't stick your hands in the water, and stay seated. The last thing we want is anybody to slip and fall in. If there's an emergency, we have life vests in that big box at the front of the boat, which won't protect you from the things in this water that have teeth. So, yeah, your best bet is just stay in your seats. But if and when we find any gators that we can actually get close to, just remember touching, teasing, feeding. So, I also recommend you switch your cameras to record if you haven't already. It's good footage, but we could see wildlife along the trails too. You never know. When we get to the end of the trail, a little bit of water might splash up from the back of the boat. That is normal, don't worry. But if you want to keep your feet dry, keep them up on those ribs. Any belongings, same thing. Keep them on the seat if you can, folks. Whatever you're going to get ready, though, you might want to do it now. I'm going to hit the gas in just a few seconds. Ready or not. folks, what these Everglades is known for in general, most of it's pretty shallow. That speed trail we just came down is about 2, maybe 3 feet deep or so. But you also have the canals, like this one right here, which along the center of this canal, the deepest point is about 30 feet, give or take. But the canals, they're deeper because they're man-made. There's about 1,400 miles in throughout South Florida. This one right here was actually blasted with dynamite out by the Army Corps of Engineers in the early 20th century as part of an attempt to drain the Everglades out. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history there, guys. It's not the best part of our history, but a lot of history. There's too much to really go over in the short tour, so I'll just say the key word there was attempt. Y'all see they didn't exactly finish the job, thankfully. The Everglades today is still over 2,000 square miles in size. These are spoil islands you're seeing around here, like the ones we're going between. That's a byproduct of making the canals, so technically these are man-made too, artificial. Now the real islands that we have around here are actually these floating piles of mud and grass. And we don't have like a fancy name for anything, folks. We just call them floating islands, but you can see a lot of these today, large and small, and they're pretty important for this ecosystem. Take away all the man-made stuff, and that's really all the wildlife has. So a lot of the smaller birds build their nests on them, but they do also make pretty good natural basking platforms for reptiles. Oh yeah, we definitely want to watch those, folks. It might be warm now, but like I said when we saw that iguana, this water is still cold, so that could go either way. It ain't cold enough to hurt the alligators, but if they want to get warm, you know where they're going. But that means we also got to watch these lily pads. You guys saw that gator as we were leaving the park when those plants and practically vanished. Yeah, that's typical, folks. Oh, I'll get back to that. Left side, got a little bird sitting over there by the grass. That's a purple gallinule. That's hands down the most beautiful bird in the Everglades, if you ask me, folks. It's actually the main thing I'm always hoping to find out here besides alligators. Hopefully it'll stay put. They've been giving me a hard time today for some reason. Stay there, little bird. Yeah, I see something moving under the water there too, folks. I don't know what it is. I tell you, it's hard to see stuff down this murky water. Unfortunately, I can't really spin around stuff underwater for you guys. Can't keep track of stuff down there. Trust me, I've tried. But first of all, the beautiful little purple gallinule come to your right up against that floating island there. And yeah, you keep your eyes down there, though, folks. You never know what you might see underwater. There's about 100 different species of fish in this part of the Everglades alone. Oscars, bluegill, tarpon, tilapia, largemouth and peacock bass, Florida spotted gar. Just to name a handful of ones that I tend to see more often. So, yeah, I'd say keep an eye out for those, too. And that's because when the gators sit under them, it can sometimes look like they're wearing like a little hat. Which, I know it's kind of silly, but that should give you an idea of how often and easily even big gators hide in these plants. Now we do have a lot of vultures flying around here too, folks, way up above. Seeing if we maybe got some of the trees up ahead and get a better look at though. But yeah, it's another thing I'm not surprised to see around here though, guys. These two spoil islands next to us, we call them the Vulture Islands. There's usually at least a few of them hanging around during the day, but at nighttime there'll be hundreds of vultures in these trees. Yeah, we got a few more of these cormorants here too, folks. There's also only two species of vultures in South Florida. That one up there is the turkey vulture. Can't miss it. Bright red bald head, brownish feathers, and about a 70-inch wingspan. Those gallinals down low too, by the grass. Hey, to be fair, I said they were pretty. I never said they were rare. They're just being a little finicky today for some reason. You guys probably saw Jesse taking off a minute ago though, so you know that's the next speed trail to our left. This one's pretty short, it just gets a little further out, but folks, I actually can't find a spot to take off without these little birds here. There's more gallinals to our left. Well, we're just getting here at the right time to see them, I guess. Must be dinner time for them. They're all out there looking for food, running around top of these plants like that. Now he calls the flats or the shallows. We call this a particular area the shiner hole because it's a good place to find shiners, the little fish that some people use for bait. Now there are a few spots I want to check around here for some gators, folks, but truth is, the main gator we've really been seeing today, he's usually one of our more consistent ones too. We even have a name for him. We call him Osceola. You see where Jesse is up ahead there to our left? Yeah, that's where he lives, folks. We're just waiting for Jesse to get out there so we can take a look ourselves. Don't want to crowd him. That's the thing about these gators though, guys. I don't know if they told us at the show or not, but they're territorial. They usually spend most of the time in certain spots. Now, they'll still wander here and there, though, some more than others. So I still say watch these lily pads wherever we go. But, yeah, that floating island right next to where Jesse's boat is, that's Osceola's favorite basking spot. And Jesse's looking at something, so. But what I was going to say about these lily pads again, folks, the birds, well, there's some good stuff in there for them. you look at them closely, you might see some of these plants have holes in the top where the pad meets the stem. If you see one like that, it's a good chance there's a worm inside of it. It's called the bonnet worm. It's really a caterpillar, but those little birds love them. It's good protein for them. They also have the flower bugs. They'll pull those out of the water, break them open, and eat the seeds out of them, but they'll usually try to get the worms first. I thought Jesse was leaving. He's doing one more pass, it looks like. Just give him some room. Other than they might have told you to show folks so we can tell their size. I was mentioning this earlier, looking at their head. The amount of inches from their eyes to their nose, yeah. Osceola there, he's about 7.5 feet or so.
I'm scared now. Yeah, I want to do this. I want to do
Alright, later, alligator. You have a good night, Osceola. Say before he did. Canal I was talking about over there, folks. I want to take a look out there too, but once again, Jesse's in our way. But that could be a good sign. If he's still there, it means he's probably looking at something again. Alright, we'll just take it slow. Hopefully it won't be too long. That fishing boat just going by ain't gonna do us no favors. The gators hate those boats, folks. Jesse did give me a signal, though. He said he saw an iguana. Although, I don't see an iguana. No way that fishing boat scared away one of the iguanas if it was up in the trees. Yeah, I don't know, folks. If there was a gator here, that fishing boat probably did scare it away. I guess we'll keep moving. Hey, look at that long tail hanging down there. It's another sign it's a male's, how large it is. That one's actually, yeah, it's larger than the last one we saw. 6.5 feet in length. They can get the males, including that long tail.